Hey there, everyone. What is going on? As always, I'm Bobathan, and today we are going to predict the NBA playoffs. We have a bracket up off of the NBA website. Horrible bracket, but that's what we will be using as reference. As always, I'm joined by Sneakwool and Zach, the two NBA experts of this podcast. I know nothing and will be making wild guesses. But I'm very excited for the playoffs. I'm sure these two are as well. And let's hop right in. We'll save the best playing game for last. We'll start with Indy Charlotte. Who is winning that, boys?
I'll let you go first, Roy.
Well, I think this could go either way because the Pacers' whole organization is a mess. Now, I think they have the better players, the better team, but I'm gonna be going with the Hornets. I think they're gonna pull out here and win the game.
I also took the Hornets. I think LaMelo's looking good. I mean, I think they only really dropped off when he got injured. Gordon Hayward got injured like at the start of the season. They were looking good, so I'm taking them.
Who is the Pacers' star? Sabonis?
Bonus, Carrot Levert.
Okay, those are the only two I know on the team, so I'm going to go with Charlotte because I know more players.
Do you? How many players on Charlotte do you know?
I know Gordon Hayward,
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball, and Terry Rozier, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, let's go. Taking the Hornets. Next up, we move on to Boston versus Washington, and I'll go first with this one. I'm taking the team led by the triple-double king himself, the Washington Wizards.
I also took Washington.
That's who I took as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great game to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tatum's going to struggle with Beal, and like they've got more star power on Washington right now, so I don't see. That's why I'm taking them anyways. I don't know about you guys.
That's fair. Then we move on to Memphis, San Antonio. Zach, you can go first for this one.
I took Memphis to win because the Spurs are shambles. I don't know. Like, it was tough for me because I think Popovich could pull out the win. But I took Memphis.
Yeah,
I mean
the Grizzlies as well.
I would have considered it more had Roy not already told me today that the Spurs somehow lost to the Suns. The Suns backup players.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the Grizzlies. Then we move on to the most anticipated play-in game, and that is the Lakers versus the Warriors. Who do you guys got and why?
Lakers. LeBron, AD, about to go off.
Yeah, I got the Lakers too. I don't think they're gonna lose that game.
I'm taking the Warriors. I think the Warriors.
Really?
I think the Warriors win this game, and then the Lakers go out and decimate whoever they play. I say the Lakers lose this, and then they beat the Grizzlies by like 35. That is my guess.
All right.
And then we move on to the first round of the playoffs.
Starting. No. Well, there's two playing.
Oh yeah, there's more playing games. Thank you. I didn't know about any of this format until today. I didn't know that that's how it worked.
Yeah.
So we got the loser of
playing your winner. Loser playing your winner, yeah.
Yeah, we all took the same on the right side. So who do we have between the Hornets and the Wizards and the Celtics?
Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics. I'm going with the Celtics.
I'm taking the Hornets just because of like without Jaylen Brown, I don't think the Celtics are beating the Hornets. I know they're not beating the Wizards.
I mean, they're better than they've still got more star power than with like the
LaMelo is more star power than the whole whole Celtics
NBA
roster.
Yeah,
according to Twitter, at least.
I mean, it'd be cool to see him in the playoffs.
It would be. It would be. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're good enough to beat the Celtics. Like, I think the Celtics in a game that matters that much are gonna go ball out.
I mean, yeah, the Celtics still have some very good players other than Jaylen Brown and they got an amazing coach.
That's
Yeah, Brad Stevens is a great coach.
Okay, then we move on to the other side. As I have clearly stated, I have the Lakers blowing out the Grizzlies. Who do you guys have between the Warriors and Grizzlies? Because that's who you guys have.
I got a close win for Golden State. A close win. I think it's going to be a good game. But
Yeah, same. I got Golden State as well. I definitely think the Grizzlies might pull it out, but I want to see Steph in the playoffs.
Yeah, the thing is, I think the Grizzlies can beat anyone in one game. Anyone in the NBA, I think they could beat them once. But I think in a game like this, Steph isn't letting them go out like that.
I know because we recorded the podcast just before we recorded this. We talked about Adam Silver making sure the Lakers are in the playoffs. Do you guys think that's similar with Steph and Golden State?
I don't think he does that anyways.
I 100% think there is something.
You think
I think it's like
I
think it's like that in all professional sports though. That they have certain players they have bookmarked to be in the playoffs. And I think Steph is potentially one of them.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think if they're going to do that, they would have made sure Zion made the playoffs.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. Yeah, that's just a whole other subject. But, hey, they made sure he made it in last year.
Well, he didn't make it in. He made the
bubble playing game. Yeah,
the bubble. Yeah, I mean you just had to not be awful to make the bubble.
Yeah.
Okay, then we move on to the first round. Now we'll start with we got Philly, and I took the Hornets, and I have the 76ers going all the way. So I have the 76ers here. Who do you guys have between the 76ers and the Celtics?
76ers.
76ers as well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Sweep.
next potentially, yeah. Next series we got the Knicks and the Hawks. I am taking my goddamn Knicks again.
Yeah, I'm taking the Knicks too.
I took Atlanta.
Okay.
I think Atlanta edges it out.
Slowly getting more difficult for me to picture as we keep going, but next up we got. Hopefully you're keeping track of this, Zach. Next up we got
mine down. I don't.
Okay, that's all that matters. As long as yours are down, because I know mine. Milwaukee, Miami. Who you guys got?
I've got Milwaukee.
It's a tough one. I'm
Miami.
I'm going with Miami.
Yeah, I know. Same. I wanted to take Miami because I was like, man, like they're the same team. Milwaukee's pretty much the same team, and like Bam's could still. I think Giannis has something to prove this year, though. I think he's fed up, so I'm hoping he pulls out. But I would like to see Miami win because I really like Jimmy Butler. So.
Yeah. Then finally we have the Wizards versus the Nets. Who you guys got?
Nets, easy, sweep.
Yep, I also have the Nets. Let's move on over to the West, and I have the Lakers versus the Jazz. And this is going to be, in my opinion, this is going to be the best series of the playoffs if this happens. I'm going to take the Jazz in Game 7.
Really?
Yeah. Now, you guys got the Warriors, Jazz.
Mm-hmm. I got the Jazz making it out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Jazz, like, probably in Game 5 or 6.
Yeah, it won't be that close.
Yeah.
No, against the Warriors, I don't think so. But I think if they play the Lakers, it will be a 7-game series. Either way.
It'll be close, yeah.
Then we move on to the Clippers versus the Mavericks. I'm taking the Mavericks because they're my favorite team. But I think this is going to be a close fucking series.
Going Clippers.
Yeah, I'm going Clippers too, and probably 6.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I don't think it's a lock for the Mavs for sure, but I would like to see them win. Then we move on to Denver versus Portland, and I have the Nuggets. Who do you guys got?
Same, Nuggets.
Yeah, I think this one's kind of like, I don't see anyone picking Portland over Denver, but I wouldn't be like completely shocked if Portland took them out.
Yeah. Do you guys think if well, he says he's never leaving, but do you think if they lose, Dame leaves?
I think he would have left a while ago.
Yeah,
I think CJ might get rid of CJ, but yeah. I think Dame will stay.
That's fair. And then for the 2 versus 7 seed, you guys got the Suns versus the Lakers. I have the Suns versus the Warriors, and I am taking the Suns. How about you?
Lakers.
Yeah, I wanted to take the Suns. I'll be cheering for the Suns, but realistically, if everything's good in LA, they should win relatively easily.
That's fair. So
yeah,
Zach,
it really sucks that the Suns gotta face them in the first round.
Yeah.
what? Okay, so what? How does the second round look? Because you have this written down. It's
So
70.
I've got Philly versus Atlanta.
Okay, I got Philly versus the Knicks then.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay, so I'm taking the 76ers.
Same.
I will also be taking the 76ers.
And then we got Miami, Brooklyn, and I'm taking Brooklyn.
I'm
I've got
taking
Milwaukee,
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, and I'm also taking Brooklyn over
And
Milwaukee.
then in the Western Conference, we have the Jazz versus
I have the Jazz Clippers. You have the Jazz
Mavs.
Dallas. Yeah.
And I'm going to take the Jazz. I love the Mavericks. I want them to win, but I'm taking the Jazz.
I'm taking the Clippers.
I'm taking the Clippers too.
That's fair. And then it would be, I would have it. Oh no, I have the Sun. It would be Suns,
Denver.
Portland or Denver.
That's what you took, and then we took Denver, Lakers. I'm going with the Lakers here.
I took the Lakers as well.
I'm going Denver over the Suns.
Yeah.
Now we got
Philly versus Nets.
I'm taking the 76ers.
Over the Nets?
I have the
finals?
I have the 76ers winning this all.
Well, way to spoil your bracket.
I've already said it.
He's got a bet on it.
I do have a bet on it.
I'm going with the Nets.
I've got the Nets as well.
And
I think that's going to be maybe the best. I think if this is what happens, like the conference finals will be more interesting than the finals. I think.
Yeah,
it'll
be really good.
If the conference finals is the 76ers, Nets, Clippers, Lakers, it will be better than the finals. I 100% agree. But then on the... Go ahead, Roy.
I was just going to say the finals will still be great if it's Nets and...
Yeah. Nets
either
and
of those
whoever,
teams.
Philly or whoever, Anyways, I've got the Clippers over the Lakers.
Ooh.
I got the Lakers.
I have the Jazz over the Lakers.
Ooh,
I
think I've got the Clippers over the Lakers because I think the Lakers aren't in shape, aren't in game shape to play.
Tanner, you don't have the Lakers there.
Yeah, I do.
No, you had them losing to the Jazz in the first round.
Who do I have here then?
Either the Nuggets or the Suns.
Oh, I have the Jazz beating the Nuggets then.
Okay.
I knew I had the Jazz beating the Lakers at some point in here, but I do have the Jazz in the finals because I said that last week on the podcast. The finals for me are going to be the Jazz 76ers, and if that is the case, I'm taking the 76ers. Who are you guys? Roy, who are you taking between the Nets and the Lakers?
The Lakers, baby.
And Zach, who are you taking between the Nets and the Clippers?
I have the Clippers over the Nets in the NBA finals. I mean, I think the Nets are probably the favorite, and if you asked me to bet, I'd probably take the Nets in that series, but I think the Clippers are going to edge it out. I don't think the Nets have played together enough, so...
That's fair.
The Clippers have a whole year under their belt. They've got a solid team. I don't know.
Yeah. I think looking at this bracket right now, it has the potential to be one of the best playoffs in NBA history.
It's definitely going to be the best we've seen in a while, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think we haven't had
so many good matchups.
We haven't had an evenly distributed league like this in a while.
Yeah.
The past, besides last season where no one really knew what was going to happen, but the Lakers pretty much cruised pretty easily still.
Yeah.
The years before that, you could have predicted the NBA Finals pretty much every year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You knew it was Cleveland, Golden State. Before that, you knew it was Miami and whoever made it out of the West.
Yeah.
Whether that was the Spurs or OKC or...
Mavericks.
Yeah, the Mavs the one year.
Hopefully,
So
they pull in some good viewers this year.
Yeah,
Unlike
I know.
last year, it was dead. The
I know
finals
I'll
was
be
dead.
watching. I'll be watching a lot of the interesting series.
I'm watching every game.
Roy is convinced he is going to watch every single game. That he is not going to miss one.
What if they're on at the same time?
Well, I got two monitors.
Yes, three. You have three. Technically, you have three.
Yeah, but I don't. I used
Okay.
one for PlayStation.
I'm sweating like crazy in my room right now.
So let's wrap this up. Final question for me is: who do you guys think is going to be the breakout player in the playoffs this year?
LeBron James.
The breakout player?
Yeah, who do you think the best player in the playoffs is going to be this year?
The best
Better
player.
Actually,
The best
I think
player?
it'll be Anthony Davis. I think he'll perform
Yeah,
better than
I
LeBron.
think AD will probably get, if the Lakers make it to the finals, I think AD gets finals MVP.
I'm going with Joel Embiid.
Yeah, he's probably going to play like 3 games and then hurt his heel or something.
I would
No,
suck
but
for my bet, but yeah.
If Phoenix makes it far enough, I
Yeah.
think Devin Booker is going to show a lot of people how good he is. Because I still think, even though they're the 2 seed, people don't watch Phoenix games. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our playoff predictions. If so, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you guys soon.
peace.